This is video number 2 of our 5 foreclosure options series. Today, let's talk short sales, how they work in Florida, what can they do to your credit, and the critical mistake that can turn a clean short sale into a deficiency judgment that haunts homeowners for years. This video is for you if you owe more on your mortgage than your home will sell for, you can't afford the payment anymore, modification isn't realistic, and you're willing to leave the home. That is the honest threshold, and if any of those 4 do not apply to you, watch the other videos in this series because there's probably a better fit. But if all 4 of them apply, well then short sale might be the single best move you can make to protect your future. Let's get into it. What is a short sale? It's exactly what it sounds like. You sell the house short of what you owe. Let's say you owe $300,000 on your mortgage. In today's market, you can only sell it for $250,000 after agents' fees and closing costs. There's a $50,000 gap, the shortfall. In a normal sale, you would have to bring the extra $50,000 to close the sale and make the bank whole. But you don't have the extra $50,000. So instead, we go to your lender and we present them a complete short sale package and we ask them to accept the $250,000 as full satisfaction of the debt. When they say yes, and they say yes far more often than people think, the sale closes, the foreclosure stops, and you move on. And here's this basic process. There's 6 steps. Step 1, you list the home with an agent who actually understands short sale. This distinction matters because most short sales that fail, they fail in lender negotiation, not on the MLS. And here's the truth that most agents won't say out loud. A short sale done right is faster, cleaner, and far less damaging than a foreclosure. But done right means working with someone who knows how to package the hardship letter that your lender will actually approve, order the BPO for you, and push the file through the loss mitigation department and get the approval letter with the deficiency waived in your hand before closing. A regular agent who doesn't know all of this will cost you months and ultimately a denial. Step 2, we get the buyer under contract, okay, that understands the timeline can stretch between 60 to 120 days. Step 3, we submit the short sale package to your lender. That's your financial documentation. That's the hardship letter, the listing agreement, the executed contract, settlement statement, comparable sales. And step 4, we order a BPO or broker price opinion, or your lender can order the full appraisal to confirm the value. Step 5, this is where most of the work happens. We negotiate with the lender's loss mitigation team until they issue an approval letter. That letter is the gold because it states the approved net, the lender will accept, the deadline to close, and critically, whether they will waive the deficiency judgment against you. And step 6, if everything goes good, we close the deal, you sign the documents, and you move on to the next chapter of your life free and clear. Now, here are the 2 things I need to share with you that can turn a win into a nightmare. First, the deficiency judgment. Did you know that in Florida, lenders can pursue a deficiency judgment for the shortfall after the sale for up to 1 year on residential first mortgages? So the approval letter must explicitly say that the lender waives the deficiency or accepts the sale as the full satisfaction. Because if it doesn't, we walk it back to the negotiator because we have more work to do. I've seen homeowners celebrate at closing and then get sued for that $50,000 later that year because nobody read the letter. And second, 1099-C. When the IRS sees that your debt was forgiven, they treat that as a taxable income. There are exclusions to every situation like insolvency and bankruptcy, but you need to talk to a CPA before you start signing documents, not after. I am not a CPA, so you better get one on the phone before you start signing. Now, let's talk about credit. On a short sale, if it's done right, it'll probably hit your credit between 50 to 150 points, depending whether you were already late and how late you were. A foreclosure hits harder and it stays uglier on your record. If you wanted to buy a home again, most loan programs, you can buy a home within 2 to 4 years after a short sale, maybe even sooner. But if the home goes through foreclosure, you can't get another loan from 3 to 7 years. Do the math. Okay, now here are the 5 situations when a short sale is not the right move for you. Number one, you have enough equity to sell traditionally and pocket the proceeds. That is the normal sale. Number two, you can realistically catch up through loan modification, forbearance, or a repayment plan. If that's the case, we will point you to the right resources. Three, maybe a reverse mortgage or refinance or HELOC restructure can solve the problem. Four, maybe renting out the property to cover the note every month that will allow you to buy time and recover. And five, you qualify for cash for keys deed in lieu that makes more sense for your situation. But this option also has its terms and conditions, and we'll go over that on a different video. Here at LA Realty Services, our first conversation is never about listing your house. It's about figuring out whether you should list it at all, and if so, how. So if you're behind on your mortgage and you've already received a notice of default, and worse, you're already in foreclosure, the worst thing you can do is wait and hope. And the second worst is talking to someone whose only tool is a listing agreement. So, guys, this was a lot to cover. So, if you have any questions or concerns, reach out to us directly through social media or come and see us in our office in Orlando at 9000 South Orange Blossom Trail, Orlando, Florida 32809. We're located just outside of Florida Mall near the Turnpike exit. I hope this helps.